Hi there, Alberto Savoy here with a carton of eggs, my favorite brand, pasture raised from Vital Farm, if you need to know. And why am I bringing up eggs, right? So I will use them as a prop to talk about this topic. This question really that I'm asked quite a bit. Hey, Alberto, are VCs and entrepreneurs on the same team? Because a lot of people feel that we're on the same team. In fact, if you're an entrepreneur, you hear that a lot. Well, this is not exactly right? And what I'm saying is with a lot of respect, I'm very grateful to VCs. I love VCs, but it's important for you as an entrepreneur to understand that you are not on the same team. You play on different teams. In fact, I'll go even further. You are in different leagues, and I'll go even further. You're playing different games, and I'll go even further with a completely different scoring system. So you're not on the same team, the same league, the same game, or use the same scoring system. Let me explain. If you're a VC, the game that you play consists of investing in multiple bets, hoping, in fact, expecting that a few of those bets will pay off handsomely, and most of them will fail. Right? So we're going to use the eggs here as a prop. Right? Some of them will return great returns, like 25 million, 250 million. Most of them, however, will fail. They will lose all or part of the money. However, when you look at this in the aggregate, because they made multiple bets, they have a situation where in this particular portfolio, they lost $89 million, they made $275 million, so they're up $186 million. So if you're a VC, it's okay to make a lot of bets, even though you know that most of them will fail. Now, let's talk about you, the entrepreneur. You, my friend, you are one egg in the basket. You heard the expression, put all your eggs in one basket. Well, here you have one egg to put in one basket. So you have to be very, very careful how you deal with that eggs or what eggs you choose. Because for an entrepreneur, for a typical VC investment, you're probably going to spend the next 3 to 5 years of your life working to develop that idea. So you want to make sure that it's one of those that succeeds. So how do you play the entrepreneur game, right? The way you don't play is that you don't fall in love with your first idea, right? Because your first idea is likely not to succeed. So what do you do instead? You consider multiple ideas. It's not unlikely, it's actually wise to have, say, 10 to 12 ideas. Variation, you're trying to solve the same problem, but you don't want to focus on a particular solution. So what you do, you come up with a lot of ideas, and then instead of just going and saying, I'm going to develop this idea, you test them. You test them much more carefully than the VC's validation process, right? Than the due diligence. VCs do due diligence, but that is not enough because they can afford, to still live by the 80% failure rate. You cannot, because you only have one egg, remember? So you need to do more. You need to get real data, not opinion, not the typical due diligence. So what you do, you take all of these ideas and you prototype them, right? So if you follow me, you know exactly what I mean by prototyping. Get your own data to validate that the market wants your idea, and you're able to do it very quickly and very efficiently. And what you're going to find out after you prototype the idea is that, of course, most of them will not be of interest in the market, but out of those ideas, you will find maybe one, maybe two that look promises, and those are the ideas that you choose and that you bring to the VCs. So it's very important for you to do your own due diligence. Do not depend on the VCs' due diligence because they play a different game, they're on a different team, they have a different scoring system. It's so important to make sure that you know that your idea will work as much as possible. Then what do? You take that idea that you've vetted, and then you bring that to the VCs and you put it in their basket, and you make sure that it's one of those that succeed. So as I wrote in my book, The Right It, make sure you're building the right it before you build it right. If you're an entrepreneur, it's very important to do your own due diligence and to be much more diligent than the VCs, because you have different criteria and you're playing a different game in a different team, in a different league, and with a different scoring criteria. So I hope you like this. If you want, please buy my book. I would really appreciate that. And I hope to see you soon for another little failure bite back. This is Alberto. Bye bye. Thank you. I'm gonna have some eggs for lunch. Bye.